Shabbat Shalom. Any Shabbat and any moment really is made better when it's also a baby convention. So thanks for bringing the babies. Nice to have you here. Parshat Ekev, this week's Parsha, is a signifier to me that this week is Forced Growth Week. And what I mean by that is it reminds me of a Shabbat about 12 years ago when, I won't tell you the whole long story, but the senior rabbi at my synagogue left the synagogue and went on to do other things. And there I was with a very divided community, divided congregation, in a role I had not prepared for, didn't especially want to grow into, but found myself growing into nonetheless. And that Friday night, I knew I had to find some words, and find some words that would help us heal and help us begin to move on and help us all grow. And they weren't perfect, and it didn't happen every time. But there were a few moments in that process that it just felt like the words just flowed through me. They weren't my words. They came from something more powerful, and yet they came out of my mouth. So let's just give a little nod to those moments in our lives when we've been forced to grow. And to those moments when the right words somehow just came through us. So grateful for those moments. Turn to page 11. Welcome the angels who bless us every single week. Shalom Aleichem. What a pleasure it is to invite Ike and Graham up. They will be becoming bar mitzvah next week and helping us lead throughout the service tonight.
Come on, everybody. Whole family, come on.
And their family, thank you.
Can I give this to Baruch
atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של שבת.
You guys can have a seat. We'll be back up.
Page 22.
שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני שיר חדש. Page 22.
If you feel that rhythm, you might just be able to see the fields rejoicing. Ya'aloz Sadai, they are rejoicing.
יעלו שדי בכל אשר בו יעלו שדי איי 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 יעלו שדי בכל אשר בו יעלו שדי איי 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 אז ירדנו כל עצי יער אז ירדנו כל עצי
Turning now from the fields to light. Light for the righteous, happiness for the wholehearted. Page 24, Or Zarua.
אור זרוע כצדיק וישרה לשמחה אור זרוע לצדיק וישרה לשמחה אור זרוע לצדיק וישרה לשמחה וישרה לשמחה אור זרוע לצדיק וישרה לשמחה וישרה לשמחה לה 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 לה
Bringing it down a little for a prayer for strength, a prayer for peace. Adonai oz le'amo yiten, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. Page 28.
Adonai oz le'amo yiten, Adonai yivarech et amo. Adonai oz le'amo yiten, Adonai yivarech
Page 29, Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat, nekabela, shamur v'zachor v'diburecha, ishmiyanu el hanecha, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, v'shem u'tiferet v'nitehila, lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat, nekabela, likrat Shabbat, nechu v'necha, ki b'kol ha'beracha, b'rosh mikdash v'sucha, sof ma'aseh v'machshavat tefila, lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat, nekabela, מקדש מלך מלוכה, ומצאים מתוך המהרה, רב לשבת בעמק הבכה, והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה, lecha dodi, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה, התנערי מעפר גומי, אישי בידי תפארתך עמי, על יד בן אישה בית הלמי, קרבה אל נפשי גאלה, lecha dodi, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה, התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך ומאורי, אורי, אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, lecha dodi, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה. לא תבושי ולא תקלמי מהגרון, מטכם מבך יחסו עניי עמי, ונבנתה העיר עתילה, lecha dodi, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה, lecha dodi, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה, בשלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת לקבלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת לקבלה.
Couple of deep breaths as we settle into this sacred time, this sacred space. Graham and Ike will lead us, beginning with Shema, page 37.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובנפשך ובכל מאודיך, וחיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרת מאוד על ידיך, וחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Sometimes I think it doesn't matter how we're moving, if we're walking or running or crawling, just the forward motion. Sometimes it's just about the forward motion. Mi chamocha, page 39. Yashar Kochachem. Turning to a prayer for a restful night's sleep. Hashkivenu, page 40.
Hashkivenu, Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu, Leshalom, Leshalom, Hashkivenu, Hashkivenu.
Amidah, page 87.
Yagite hilate
The Beatles sing about a blackbird whose wings are broken. But then at the end of the song, the blackbird takes off and uses its broken wings to fly. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. And sometimes we have those broken wings. And we feel sometimes broken ourselves. We feel like the world. We feel like maybe our relationships. We feel like maybe part of ourselves or our family is broken. And we need some healing. We need to take that blackbird with us and fly and ask for a refuah shlema. A healing maybe sometimes not of body and sometimes not of soul, but sometimes something even deeper and higher. Mishaberach.
Mishaberach Avoteinu Bekor May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach Imotenu Bekor Abracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
So you might have noticed that Shelley and I haven't been here for a few weeks. I can't do it, James. Sorry. I'm a good enough rabbi, but I'm not a good enough sound person.
What are you trying to do? Bring it closer?
This needs to be tightened, and I don't have the string. It's to come. Oh, I see. Thanks. Thank you. So Shelley and I were away for a while, and we went to what's called DLTI, Davening Training Leadership Institute, at Mari's request and support, because Mari was a part of DLTI about 7-8 years ago. And it's a week-long retreat that happens 4 times within 2 years. And I have to say that I was a bit concerned about going away because the curriculum is as follows: davening, labbing, davening, labbing, davening, labbing. So essentially you daven 3 times a day, and then you take a 15-minute break, and then you re-lab what you just davened, and then you do that again. And in between you eat. So I was like, holy cow, I'm going to be davening 3 times a day. This is a little lot. And it's a lot. Even for Michelle, it's a little lot. And I'm so used to being, productive. What can I accomplish next? And reactive. What can I fix? And efficient. How can I get as much done in the small amount of time we all have on this earth as possible? And instead, I was asked to take a breath, to breathe, to pause. The Sfat Emet lived in the late 1800s and early 1900s, and he was orphaned at the age of 8 and raised by his grandparents. And in 1880, he spoke about the beginning of this week's Torah portion, Akev, in Deuteronomy. The whole book of Deuteronomy is a pause. Akev begins, if you listen, tishma'un, to the rules and keep ushmartem and do va'asitem, all these rules, then God will keep the covenant with us and all these goodies. And the Sfat Emet notices these 3 verbs in a row: listening, keeping, doing. And he teaches that these 3 verbs are actually 3 levels to a spiritually grounded life. Those are my words, not his. These 3 verbs are 3 distinct levels. And he matches each of these verbs with our 3 patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So listening is Abraham, keeping is Isaac, doing is Jacob. So go with me on this journey with the Sfat Emet. Stage 1, Ushmartem, you will listen. The Sfat Emet teaches that Hishmiya hi Kabbalat balev, that listening is reception of the heart. Listening is reception of the heart. And why is it like Abraham? Because remember in Lech Lecha, God says to Abraham, leave your home, leave your family, go to a place that I will show you. And Abraham receives. Dr. Lieb Smokler teaches that listening is opening yourself up to whatever is out there. It's this spiritual availability. rendering oneself to simply receive. It's making space, it's listening within one's heart and to take whatever comes. Reb Marcia Prager taught us a story when we were away. She was commenting on how someone was leading services. And they were leading services like this. And she said, that's not how you lead services. You lead services by sitting at the edge of your seat with your back up, with your feet on the ground, and you're like ready to receive. You're present, right? That's listening. Can you think of a time when a relationship that you have was deeply impacted by simply listening? Stage 2, keeping, shmirah. That's associated with Isaac. Why Isaac? Well, first we need to better understand what shmirah is. We think of shmirah as guarding, but that's not how the Sfat Emet understands it. Shmirah is associated with pausing and not acting yet. It's this expecting and waiting. So here's the example. It's actually initially not associated with Isaac, but with Jacob. Do you remember how Joseph is a little hot-headed and he tells all these dreams about himself? Oh, all the sun and the moon and the stars are going to bow down. And it's really a metaphor for his brothers and his parents bowing down to him. And Torah says after that his father, Shamar, kept the matter in mind. It's sort of like this. That's what shamar is. It's a, I'm going to file that. I'm not going to act on it. I'm going to take it in. Lishmor means to guard, but it's really to not jump to conclusions, to patiently abide. Here's what I was thinking. Isaac is that person because do you remember the Sfat Emet says when he walks up the mountain with Abraham, right? And here he is, Abraham's about to sacrifice him. And I have to admit, I usually think of Isaac as a wimp, right? Speak up, kid, right? You're just quiet. You just allow Abraham to put you on the altar. Speak up, kid. But the Sfat Emet is teaching something else. He's saying that Isaac is actually being fully present and not yet jumping. Taking in the moment and seeing how it will unfold. And it turns out, we all know the end of the story, that he's not killed, right? So that's why he's the epitome of guarding for the Sfat Emet. I think of it as being in the doctor's waiting room. You know how when we're in the doctor's waiting room, we can either do one of three things. We can busy ourselves because we're just like, so frustrated. So we take out our phone, we take out a book, whatever, and we keep on looking at the clock. Or we can wait and we can bring all of our work with us and get so much done and feel so accomplished. Or we can just sit in the waiting room and just be there. Just take this time as a gift and think to ourselves, gosh, we are so freaking lucky that we can pay for this doctor, that we have health insurance, that we have access to health care, right? And just sort of be there. What might it mean for us to collectively, shmirah, to just be in the waiting room a little bit longer and not fight it? And step 3, asiyah, doing. That's Jacob. The Sfat Emet actually doesn't tell us what Jacob does. Okay, yes, he's a little bit of a ladies' man and perhaps a thief, but we're going to put that aside. Put that aside. What does Jacob do? He actually does a lot of wonderful stuff to role model for us, right? He wrestles with an angel and his name is changed. He goes through an internal transformation. He also models tshuva for us with his brother Esau, an interpersonal transformation. He creates the 12 tribes by sleeping with 2 wives and 2 other women, but okay. And he creates the future of the Jewish people. And he does something remarkable in his old age. He actually picks up and moves to Egypt, to a totally new place, because he needs to, because he needs food. It reminds me of my grandparents from Iran. At an old age, during the revolution, without knowing any English, they picked up and they moved to America because they had to. Many of us, including myself, we listen quickly. Perhaps we don't even listen, we just sort of hear. And then we jump to stage 3. What can we do? We totally skip over the shmirah, the pausing, and we go right to the doing. And we think that that's a good thing, right? Think about Exodus when the 10 Commandments were given. And we answer back, Na'aseh v'nishma, we will do and we will hear. And we think that that's a good thing. But the Sfat Emet is actually saying the opposite. He's saying that that was an elementary way of acting. And that actually now we're in Deuteronomy and we're much more evolved. And we're able to listen, to pause, and then to act. It's a much higher place that we're in Deuteronomy. So maybe we can humbly affirm these 3 verbs in our own lives. This week's portion asks us to nishma, to listen, to nishmor, to mindfully reflect, and to na'aseh, only then to act. Only then. And aleinu, it is upon each of us. Aleinu, it is upon each of us to create the kind of world we want. What's the kind of world we want to live in? What's the kind of world we want to live in? A world of
Understanding.
Amen.
Amen.
A world of
Passion.
Amen.
Amen.
A world of acceptance.
Amen.
Amen. A world of fairness. Amen.
Amen.
A world of justice. Amen.
Amen.
We want to live in that world. We want to create that world. Ein od, it is upon us. We rise for Aleinu.
Ein od milvado, ein od efes zulato. He ושמו אחד, אחד, אדוני אחד, אחד, ושמו אחד, אחד, אדוני אחד, אחד, ושמו
When we pause to think of our loved ones who are no longer with us, we think that there is no one like them. Ein od. And it's true. There was no one like them. That's why they were created. At this time, we remember those who have died in the past month. Donna Collin, Norman E. Evidon, Seth Marcus Johnson, Charlotte Ray Klein, and Marilyn Sheldon. And just this week, Scott Nebenzal, the brother of Michael Nebenzal. And this week we remember the yahrzeits of Alan Austin, Fanny Better, Sylvia Bell, Harold Burlfine, Molly Cohen, Augustina Estrada, Carol Felcher, Dorothy Fischel, Ronald Fishman, Francis Freed, Walter Freed, Lorraine Goldberg, Edwin Herzog, Margot Hudson, Jetta Kligfeld, Mike Liebman, Cinda Melman, Shulim Paskar, Nathan Pomerantz, Richard Polakov, Jackie Rhodes, Barbara Rosenblum, Joe Saul, Marty Siekel, Beatrice Stein, and Fred Windmuller. If there are those who you are remembering at this time that I didn't mention, please say their name now. Those who are saying Kaddish, page 292, can lead us. I'll join you. Yitgadal v'yitkadash. Amen. V'alma divrach cherutei v'al malchutei. B'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei tekol Beit Yisrael. Amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevorach le'olam al me'al maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudusha brechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tishbechata v'nechemata ta'amiram bi'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen.
Be May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, said Shalom. Be Roma. Oh, said Shalom. Be Roma. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down.
And now Ike and Graham are going to lead us in Kiddush. Please lift up the Kiddush cup and join us.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinkilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom tehila lamikrae kodesh zecher letziyat mitzrayim kivanu v'harta v'tanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
L'chaim, take a drink. It's juice, so don't worry. And the challah. Hey, please lead us.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Avon, take some challah, pass it around to your family. Please stand up for our final song. Join us for Slichot, which is coming up soon, and the high holidays, and lots of preparation for building community and depth. We look forward.
La 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 Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.